Hey folks, Steve Bass, Oregon Survivalist Group. Today I wanted to talk about emergency stored food. For the power go out, something bad happen, whatever. You need water, you need food. Those are your basic elements. I just wanted to go over some of what I have, what I keep, and why. So, no in particular order. You want, I am a big fan of canned goods. I don't know why you can see that. That's just a can of peaches. You do want fruit, vitamins, vitamin C, that kind of thing. So the thing you want to think about, I'm actually going through last year's supply of food, and I'm trading it out. I try to do it every year. That way, I don't have a bunch of old bad stuff when it comes time to use it. That's just bargain bin chili. Nothing fancy, but has meat in it, vegetables, beans, which are a good source of protein, carbohydrate, so stuff like chili is good. Green beans, again, just vegetables, nutrition factor. There's not a whole lot in them, but there is some stuff in there you need, so something to think about. And while we're on the cans of tuna, you can also use packets of tuna, same kind of thing. But again, just a protein and a meat source. To go with all your stuff, that's just a thing, a cheap barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, any of that kind of stuff, any kind of condiment that you might need or want, go ahead and stock it up, throw it in the back and keep it just in case. Just because an emergency happens doesn't mean you have to be totally miserable, If you like mustard, say so. And then kind of onto the dried stuff, bags of beans, rice, whatever. They're really, really cheap. They don't keep long is the only problem. But they're very cheap, and once you soak those, like that 1 pound bag of beans will end up being like 5 pounds, once they're soaked and ready to eat. So, that'll feed a family of 4 for almost a week, if you need to. Not very well, but could. And then stupid easy stuff like Easy Mac. You won't have a microwave, but you'll have a stove and stuff, so it'll still be usable. The only problem with this and other dried goods is it does cut into your water supply, so keep that in mind. If you're not storing away enough water to even keep you hydrated, then there's no use even storing any kind of dried food, because you're not going to have any left to hydrate your food. And speaking of canned items, depending on you guys, I know me and my wife and family and stuff, we do our own canning. So you can get a lot of things cheaper. You know exactly what's in them. There's no preservatives, all that stuff. Here's just 2 examples of some home canned stuff. We have way more than these. Just some zucchini pickles from zucchinis I made, some salsa from some tomatoes and peppers I made. We also you can can about anything. We have a lot of fruits, corn, beans, meat. You just fry it up and can it. You have to pressure cook it for a certain amount of time, otherwise you can get botulism and all kinds of other nasty stuff. But you can your own too. And then own rice-a-roni. It's cheap. It makes quite a bit of food once it's soaked, but again it's dried, so keep in mind it doesn't keep long. It uses a lot of water. They also make now, I don't know how well you can see that, this is a Tasty Bite, and it says, as you can see, I got it at the store for 50 cents, but it's kind of along the lines of the rice-a-roni and that kind of stuff, and some of them do have meat in them even. I think this one does, I believe. Yes, it does. Anyway, point being, it comes in this little foil pouch, kind of like tuna nowadays. It's already hydrated. All you do is just pour it in a pan or in a bowl and heat it up. So those are some options too. Like I say, I got that one at a bargain store, so I don't know, if you bought it at like the Thriftway or something. I don't know what they'd want to charge you for that. But anyway, just some ideas. Like I say, it's getting that time of year. For us, I'm starting to swap all my stuff out and restock it, for the next year. So, and that included water. I went through all my water storage and replaced all my water. I have another video on that, and how to sanitize your jugs, clean them out, even if they're not totally sanitized. That way you're not sitting there forced to drink some water that tastes like Diet Coke or whatever was in the container before. So I do have a video on that if you want to watch. And in that video I also tell you to stay away from those the plastic milk jug looking containers, and you can get water in them too, just right from the store that way. And I had heard that they don't keep long because of the recycled plastic it's made out of deteriorates. It's made to deteriorate to save space in landfills and all that, which is all good and fine. But I thought certainly it'd last a year. It did not. Those rumors that you hear are correct. When I went through my water storage, 2 out of 3 of them had broken and were leaking, which not only cuts down your water supply that you thought you had saved, which you now no longer have because it leaked all over the floor, but a lot of them, there was still water left in the jug. I mean, like half. But should it be a nuclear attack or a viral attack or anything like that ever happens, then that water is now contaminated and you couldn't drink it anyway. So just a reminder, stay away from those kind of bottles. Clear plastic, harder plastics, that kind of stuff work good. I'm sure there's some that are better for others, but really, from my point of view, as long as it holds water and holds it all year until I refill it, that's all that matters to me. So you guys can make your own decision on that, and take care. Sea Bass, Oregon Survivalist Group, thanks you for watching. Take care.